What are you looking forward to tonight? Yes, the end of the homily, that goes without saying. But is there something else, perhaps? Is there something that's maybe going to be happening tonight or even in the next few days or weeks or months or whatever, something that you're mindful of, that you're aware of, that is stirring up some excitement, some energy in your heart? Perhaps as we draw nearer to this holiday season, that drums up some energy. As you look forward to celebrations, gatherings with the family, perhaps you're looking forward to the first fall of winter snow. Perhaps you just want to get through next Tuesday and the end of this election campaign. And perhaps you just really, really are looking forward to that extra hour of sleep tonight. Whatever the case might be, I suspect each of us has something, whether big or small, that is stirring up some energy, some excitement, some enthusiasm. And that's what happens when we have something to hope for, to look forward to, something to anticipate. It gives us a drive. It gives us courage. It gives us focus. It gives us meaning in our lives. We see that experience of having something to look forward to dialed up to the max in our first reading today, as we hear about these brothers and their mother who undergo some pretty hideous torture, in fact, and yet endure it all because they're hoping for, they're anticipating, they're expecting the resurrection. They know that there's something waiting for them on the other side of this ordeal. And it spurs them to have courage, to endure what is put before them, instead of giving up, instead of growing despondent or discouraged or downhearted. When we have something to look forward to, it gives us energy. It gives us strength, even to endure things that are otherwise relatively unpleasant, because we know that it's worth the payoff. After all, how many people really enjoy going to the dentist, but they know that it's worth it to have working teeth, with all due respect to all dentists who might be present? All of those things that we do, all of those difficulties that we sometimes endure, they're all made a little bit easier when we have some sort of a payoff on the other side. And as believers in Christ, we know that we have the ultimate payoff awaiting us. We have the resurrection awaiting us on the other side of all of our difficulties, of all of our struggles. And we can't even fathom what that's like, that new life of the resurrection. We sometimes think of it as just kind of the best thing we can possibly imagine, and that's maybe as good a way to think of it as any. But it really defies all of our expectations. That's the lesson that the Sadducees had to learn in the gospel today, as they painted a scene of this resurrected life that was just kind of this life, but a little bit better maybe, complete with all sorts of human institutions that we know and love. And Jesus has to say, no, there's more to it. Those people who are deemed worthy of a place in the age to come enter into a totally new life, something that fulfills all of their deepest yearnings and then some. That's the promise that Christ holds out to us, so that each and every day, whatever we face, whatever difficulties come our way, we know that the resurrection is waiting for us. We know that he has already prepared a place for us. And he doesn't just tell us, oh, buck up and get through it, and you'll get there in the long run. No, he encourages us by coming into our midst and struggling and suffering and experiencing the same pain, the same difficulties that we do, and going through them to the glory of the resurrection. That's our God, a God who doesn't just stand at a distance and say, yeah, hang in there and you'll get through it, but instead a God who gets his hands dirty, who steps into our world, who suffers and dies for us, so that even when we struggle, even when we experience pain and difficulty, he can say, I've been there, and I've been through it, and I've crossed through it to the other side, to the resurrection. We find our hope when we look to the risen one, who has gone through the same struggles that we've gone through, and who shows us that there's something on the other side. What a cause of encouragement. What a cause of joy. What a cause of consolation to know that Christ's love, that the Father's love, triumphs over every sin and over every darkness, over every pain, and that he wants to share that triumph with us. Yes, while we walk on this side, we're going to know the cross, just as he did. But if we stay close to him, he'll pull us through the cross to the glory of new life. When we have something to look forward to, even something small, it gives us energy and enthusiasm, excitement. Since we have something so grandiose to look forward to, what a surge of joy, what a surge of anticipation can arise in our hearts as we put our trust in the one who is faithful, who will lead us through every difficulty, every trial, every trauma, to the glory of the resurrection, if we but put our faith in the God who is faithful to us.